written about youth. They have, if they have the right energy, they have the right passion, it's a right setting to work with. So for me, it was an interesting thing, especially because this is my first training with the Bridge Leadership Foundation. So the session was interesting, and especially also because the participants were very participatory.
It's not about the training that they are going to conduct in the various communities. It's most important that they understand those topics themselves, because what they're going to do in the communities will just be a first phase of what they'll probably do for the rest of their lives with their children, with any young person around them, with even their equals and those older. Because the thing with training and mentoring is you can mentor from bottom up. It doesn't have to be an older person who is mentoring a young person. Most times in such relationships, the mentor will say, even I am being mentored by my mentors.
The Leadership and Community Development Program, it's very, very strategic and very, very important to us at the Bridge Leadership Foundation. Primarily so because when we look at 3 core factors, which is supposed to help shape the lives of teenagers today, whom we regard as tomorrow's leaders, we find that there is a lot of challenges around it. One, we look at the education sector, which is supposed to help build and inform, build the teenager today. We find that there is a lot of gaps which can be improved on. And so we said, okay, that's very key. Another thing is we look at the community in which they live in. They hardly find role models that they can, model their own life and leadership skills after. And so what we try to do with the Leadership Community Development Program is to see if we can, as much as we can, help mitigate the gaps and the challenges that the education sector cannot currently offer, that the institutions that we cannot currently offer, and the community within which they grow, cannot immediately offer. So when we implement the Leadership Community Development Program from start to finish, it's our hope that we would have helped, to provide solutions across these 3 segments of the society.
I've learned a lot. Firstly, I've learned about good leadership skills. I've also learned about career planning, how to plan your career to become a better person in the future. I've also learned the principles of being a good leader and goals, how to set goals for yourself.
My name is Rotimi Eitayo, and I'm the CEO of Team Masters Limited. And we've just ended a training session on the Teacher Support Program by the Bridge Leadership Foundation. And I must say that it was a real impactful session. It was experiential for me and the participants. Going on the trip, starting the journey from one local government to the other has been experiential. We've noticed that there's been a lot of skill gap in the teachers and the people who provide educational support for the students. And one thing I've come to realize is that we cannot overemphasize the critical role that teachers play in the lives of the students and in the eventual outcome that they have both in the school and beyond the school. And having to recognize that teachers' support is very important. This is why I would say thumbs up to the foundation for thinking about putting together a teacher support program. We've been on this for a while, and for every time we spend time to go to each of these local governments, the feedback has been positive. We've seen lives being transformed from the professional perspective and equally from their personal lives.
This is the first day I have attended this program, and the program itself has changed me, and in fact, as I'm talking to you, it also changed the school environment. This program has made us know so many things that we were not knowing before. This program has taught us how we are going back to re-inform the students and also to teach other teachers who does not have opportunity to attend this program.
I learned that the first 4 minutes of entering into any class to talk with my students, I have to be able to connect with them. If I'm not able to do that, then the remaining minutes are lost. I've also come to understand that every child has a story behind wherever he or she is coming from. So I have to be able to relate with them. looking at their background, looking at the environment for which they have been brought up from. And then that will help me bring them to understand whatever it is I'm trying to put through to them in the class.
One of the things I shared in my session was the fact that mastery is a must when it comes to the teaching profession. And the teaching profession is all about discovery. Teachers need to discover themselves, they need to discover the student, and ultimately they need to help and assist the student discovering themselves. And so we spend time talking, we spend time reflecting, we spend time sharing together on the principles required of making themselves not just good teachers, but ultimately great teachers. We talked about the classroom, we talked about the classroom experience, we talked about principles of engaging the class, we talked about the things that are professional and helpful in making sure that they deliver on the service promise that they've signed up for.
In fact, it has been wonderful. I think throughout the session, most of the things they were taught has opened my eyes to discover so many things I didn't know before now. And I think with that experience, a lot of things I'm going to do for myself that can help me progress.
One of the things that you would normally recognize and realize is that to create a shift is not a one-off thing. But then the mindset of the teachers is one area we had to concentrate on. And we found out that when people began to shift in their mindset, they began to change their stand and position to some of those things. And we ended each of the training sessions with a pledge where they decided that personally it was a defining moment for them and they were going to move on to deliver exceptional performance. And this was not just to deliver one-off, but every day with everyone and everywhere they go. And I believe that if we begin to check and audit their performance going forward, we will see a remarkable change because we were able to show to them that teachers are a mean to the end, the success of the students that they desire. And like it's always said, the end justifies the means. And so we believe with this positive intervention, there's hope for education in Calabar, there's hope for education across the local government, there's hope for education in Cross River State, there's hope also for the individual teachers and the individual students.
We have all been made to understand that the teacher plays a very cardinal role in whatever change we want to see in the society. Let me thank the Bridge Leadership Foundation. Let me also thank especially our facilitator, Mr. Rotimi. We have learned so much from him.
I believe that it's time that we put more effort behind what foundations like the Bridge Leadership Foundation is doing in every possible way. We need more endorsement, we need sponsorship, we need support, we need grants, so that the dream to make the student responsible leaders who will lead a future that we deserve and desire can happen. And you cannot remove teachers from the equation. If you look at every profession, you look at every sector, a teacher has a part and a role to play. Thank you for the opportunity to facilitate, and I look forward to more opportunities to render service and to deliver impact to not just the students, but the teachers as well. I believe that teachers transform life. Thank you very much.